Yeah, so I'm gonna make sure this scream, make sure the sound is going through because the last scream, the sound was not so good coming from the YouTube videos, and I don't know why. So I'm about to try to fix that, and I got this video I'm about to watch. Make sure the sound is going through because the last scream, the sound was not so good coming from the YouTube videos, and I don't know why. So I'm about to try to fix that, and I got this video I'm about to watch.
Ultraviolet, or UV light, is part of the electromagnetic
Coming from the YouTube videos, and I don't know why. So I'm about to fix that. I got this video I'm about to watch.
ultraviolet or U
Okay, so it's good now. So I guess I just gotta turn the volume up. I didn't want it to be too loud, so try to
out the ozone layer to
make sure you guys can hear it. But yeah, I'm just watching this video. Trying to learn the basics of ultraviolet UV. Um, for personal reasons and just I think it's a good thing to know. So I'm about to learn that now and see if I find anything that I didn't know and try to link the things or problems or situations I've experienced in life to now seeing why it may have happened or why it may turned out the way it did. In terms of skin or uh, damage or something along those lines.
ultraviolet or UV light is part of the electromagnetic spectrum, which includes
Electromagnetic.
radio waves at one end of the spectrum and gamma rays at the opposite end. When organized by wavelength, UV light falls between visible light and X-rays. UV light is the same as the rays that we get from the sun, and there are three types of ultraviolet light that reach the ozone layer around the Earth. There's UVA, UVB, and UVC. It's important to remember that without the ozone layer to protect us, artificial UV light can be harmful to living things and should be used in unoccupied spaces, or special protective gear should be worn to avoid the damaging effects to skin and eyes. Looking at the electromagnetic spectrum again, and breaking out the three UV types, UVA and UVB can be used to kill bacteria, mold, and fungus. But what separates UVC apart is its ability to also kill viruses. UVC is the point where the wavelengths become short enough to disrupt the virus. UVC light is an excellent and powerful tool for disinfecting and killing bacteria and viruses. Its biggest limitation is that it only works in line of sight. To illustrate this, let's take a look at these blocks and assume that they are objects in a space that you want to disinfect. Now imagine that this light
Under
source is the UVC device. Everything that the light is hitting is being disinfected, but anywhere that you see a shadow has not been sanitized. You could add in another UVC device to cover more area, but there is likely to be some areas that will still be missed. Portable UVC lights could be used to try to reach more areas from different angles, but UV should be used alongside other measures of disinfecting, like air filtering and sanitizing solutions. The effectiveness and range of the UVC lights is based on the power of the device and the distance to a surface. The further the distance, the longer the exposure time required to fully disinfect the area. At bulbs.com, we only carry UVC products that have been ETL or UL certified. We also recommend speaking with one of our lighting specialists at 888-455-2800 before making your UVC purchase.
this is not this is not advertisement. Um, this is 5 years ago. I don't know if that business is still in business, but let's find out. Actually, I'm not gonna do it. I want to get off topic here, but that was pretty informative, and I believe I did read about something of UV in school. Um, but it was boring back then. Like it was super boring, and maybe because I didn't really understand how important it was to know. But I don't know. Maybe I feel like I feel like until something really aligns with something like let me give you an example. Like let's just say you save let's say let's say you just got a check for $80,000, right? And you want a sports car. Um, when you're driving around, you're now gonna notice the sport cars, and when you get in a sports car just to test drive it, you're gonna appreciate it more because now because you already want a sport car. So I feel like this is only now being interesting. It's becoming interesting to me because it kind of aligns with my goals of figuring things out and learning how to utilize, you know, the physics in the world around me to the best of my ability. And I can't do that until I'm informed of how things work properly. So that's why I feel like it's becoming more interesting to me. So, um, I gotta give a little pep talk. If you guys have goals out there, goals, or places you want to go, or do things you want to do, um, try to align it with try to align the work or the hard work or the things you don't like, the things you're not interested in, with the overall goal or the road you want to walk down. And I find it to, at least from watching this, to be way more interesting. There's no way I would have watched a video like this um, way back in the past. I may have watched it and been interested in it, but like I would have to like notice, like I would have to already be noticing a problem in my life for me to truly appreciate the video. Um, yeah, so like the 10,000 lux things. This don't really have too much to do with ultraviolet, but maybe it do, maybe it do. But lux 10,000, you need 10,000 lux to properly start the circadian rhythm. So like that, me understanding that once now makes me want to learn everything about light, because how cool is a level of lux starting a literal internal clock that helps you um be productive, and stops you from producing melatonin throughout the day, stop you from feeling groggy and sluggish throughout the day. How cool is that? Um, that's super duper important. Like, everyone should know that. And it can be seen as unfair when some people know it and you don't. Um, and that's the truth. Like, there's so much, um, and you do have the internet at your disposal, but you may not be able to utilize it the way you want to because you haven't you haven't aligned anything with your goal. Like, for example, my sleep. So me trying to fix sleep and learn the data of why and how different variables impact sleep has led me on a path to where I'm noticing like all the small things in life that leads to me having such a bad sleep score one day and such a good sleep score another day. And that can lead to like compounding info to where you become like, you know, way more like aware of what you're doing. It brings a level of awareness. So that's why I'm very fond of physics, biology, and stuff like that, because it brings you to another level of awareness. Like when you learn about different um, like majors in college, each of those majors like bring your awareness level higher and higher. You know, once you start to learn about business or something like that, you start to notice the different transactions going on, and you start to notice why your money is going low, or why it's, why you don't have as much money as said other person, because they know what a savings account is, because they know what interest is. and you never knew that. So yeah, try to align things. And like I said, if you really find, if you figure, if you have a problem and you're actively trying to fix it, I feel like you're gonna naturally find solutions to everything surrounding that. And if you don't have a problem, you need to find a problem because there is a problem. If you think that you don't have a problem, that is the problem. That is the problem. So you can find problems in your interests. You can find problems in your interests. For people out there who are starting businesses, and I haven't really started like a insane business or anything like that, or but they're gonna, they're gonna try to start a business, and everything's gonna, they probably think it's gonna be smooth and all easy in their head, and then they're just gonna keep seeing these different variables and these different roadblocks that's stopping them from succeeding or reaching a new level. And they're going to look at this business and they're going to see that business is utilizing this tool, and they're going to be like, oh, okay, I can use this tool to better my business. And you just keep building from there. But each level has a problem. There's always a roadblock. There's always a roadblock on each level. Roadblock behind the roadblock, you pass it, another roadblock. It just keeps going, and it's all about how fast you jump over those hurdles. And it's very wise of you to notice when you don't have to jump a hurdle. You could just walk around it. But you should be aware enough, or learn to be aware enough about any problem you have, to know when you should walk around a hurdle or you should just jump it, which is basically the equivalent of the easy route versus the hard route. Sometimes the longer route is necessary, um, is more necessary than taking a fast route. Um, but yeah, that's all for that video. It was only 1 minute. I really want more depth into it, although I feel like they kind of explained it fairly. No, they only talked about a few rays. Only talked about UVCA and B. Yeah, they really didn't go all too into it. I want to know about the infrared and the
See apart.
the gamma, like 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 that's gonna be insane for some of you who watched For Hope. If you was a superhero fan, you would love physics. I believe any superhero fan or fan of anime or anything like dealing with powers, you would love physics. Just from seeing this looks super cool in my eyes, and I don't believe if didn't have um a Marvel DC comic upbringing that I would be interested in this as much as I am now, because I've seen like superheroes and characters use powers and stuff, and some stuff was dealing with physics, some not so much, some was just totally um otherworldly. But it's this is kind of like the base of what they of a superpower, like infrared heat, heat. I forgot the pyrokinesis, stuff like that. But that's it for this video. I'm gonna watch another video about UV, to kind of get like well, it's not really UV, it's different waves. I'm gonna watch a video about the different ones. But that's it for the video. If you want to see more videos like this, learn, test, experiment, stick around, and take care.